You know that feeling when you check your bank account and instead of one big scary expense, you see a dozen tiny charges you barely recognize, like $9.99 here, $4.99 there, $12.99 you're pretty sure you canceled, and none of them feel dangerous on their own. There's a specific reason this happens, and it's not because you're bad with money. Most people think subscriptions are harmless because they're cheap. That's the illusion. There's a quiet financial trap hiding behind those small monthly payments, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. My name's Nick, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, financial psychology, and why modern budgeting feels harder than it should. If you want to understand how money actually behaves in real life instead of just following generic advice, make sure to hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if it helps you see your spending differently. Now, before we break this down, let me ask you something. How many subscriptions do you think you have right now? Netflix, Spotify, cloud storage, food apps, editing tools, fitness apps, maybe even subscriptions you forgot existed? Most people guess low. The real number is usually double, and that's not an accident. Here's what's really going on. Subscriptions don't drain your money loudly, they drain it quietly. There's no big decision moment, no pain, no hesitation, just a small monthly charge that slips past your defenses, and once it's in, it stays there, month after month, year after year. This is what I call the subscription illusion, because each $9.99 decision feels insignificant, but together they reshape your entire budget. Think about it like a slow leak in a tire. One tiny hole doesn't look dangerous, but over time, you're wondering why your car won't move the way it used to. Your finances work the same way. One subscription doesn't hurt, but 20 of them quietly change how much freedom you have. And here's the part most people miss. The damage isn't just financial, it's psychological. When money leaves your account automatically, your brain stops registering it as a decision. You don't feel like you're spending. You feel like money is just disappearing. And when you don't feel the cost, you don't adjust your behavior. That's why subscriptions are so powerful. They bypass the part of your brain that normally asks, "Do I really need this?" Psychologists call this payment decoupling. When you swipe once and pay forever, your brain disconnects usage from cost. Compare that to buying something in cash. Every purchase hurts a little. Subscriptions don't hurt, they numb you. And over time, that numbness changes how you see your own budget. You start thinking you're bad with money, when in reality, your money is just being siphoned away in invisible pieces. Let's talk numbers for a second. If you have 10 subscriptions averaging $10 a month, that's $100. Not scary. But over a year, that's $1,200. Over 10 years, that's $12,000. And that's assuming you never add more, which almost nobody does. Now imagine investing that same $100 a month. Investing instead. At an 8% return, you're looking at over $18,000 after 10 years. The same money, same effort, completely different outcome. That's the real cost of subscriptions, not the monthly price, but the future you're quietly giving up. And here's where it gets really interesting. Subscriptions don't just take money, they steal optionality. When too much of your income is pre-committed, your life becomes less flexible. You hesitate to quit a job you hate. You delay saving because there's not much left anyway. You feel broke even when your income is decent. Not because you're irresponsible, but because your money is already spoken for before you even see it. This creates a constant low-level stress that's hard to explain. You're not drowning, but you're never relaxed either. And the worst part is, you can't point to one clear problem. It's death by 1,000 $9.99 cuts. Here's something that might surprise you. Most people don't oversubscribe because they want too much. They do it because subscriptions feel temporary. You tell yourself, "I'll cancel later." Later almost never comes. Companies know this. They rely on inertia. They know that as long as the charge is small and automatic, you'll tolerate it. Not because you love the product, but because canceling requires attention, and attention is scarce. Over time, your subscriptions start representing who you used to be, not who you are now. The fitness app you stopped using, the editing tool for a project you abandoned, the language app you opened twice. You're paying for old versions of yourself, and that's where the illusion really locks in, because canceling feels like admitting failure, like you wasted money, so you keep paying, hoping you'll get back into it. But all that does is keep draining your present for a past you've already outgrown. Now, here's the shift that changes everything. Wealthy people aren't immune to subscriptions, they just treat them differently. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this per month?" they ask, "Does this earn its place in my life?" Every subscription has to justify itself. Either it saves time, makes money, or meaningfully improves quality of life. If it doesn't, it's gone. Not because they're cheap, but because they understand leverage. A subscription that helps you earn more or think better is an investment. One that just fills time without intention is a liability. Once you start thinking this way, your budget becomes lighter without feeling restrictive. You don't feel deprived, you feel in control. And suddenly, money starts staying where you expect it to. Here's a simple exercise that sounds almost too easy, but it works. Add up all your subscriptions, every single one. Then imagine you had to resubscribe to them today, one by one, with cash, not auto-renew, cash. You'll be shocked how many you wouldn't rebuy. Those are the ones quietly reshaping your budget right now. Cutting subscriptions doesn't make you rich overnight, but it does something more important. It restores awareness. You stop leaking money unconsciously and start directing it intentionally. And that awareness compounds, because once you reclaim control over the small automatic decisions, the big ones become easier. The subscription illusion isn't about $9.99, it's about who gets to decide where your money goes, you or inertia. Choose carefully. Your future budget is being written right now.